This summer, all roads lead north. According to the travel agency Fora, bookings to Canadian destinations for this summer are up 119% year over year. So if you're someone thinking about heading to the Great White North this summer, let this video be your guide. Canada is the second largest country in the world, so it is impossible to see all of it in one summer. But this video will give you 5 destinations from all over the country you can pick and choose from. I'm ranking them from 5 to 1, and stick around after number 1 because I have a lesser known bonus destination that most Americans have never heard of, but is a destination Canadians will swear by. Starting at number 5, we're going somewhere that is not on the radar of many people looking to visit Canada, Newfoundland. Newfoundland is Canada's easternmost province and is an island sitting in the Atlantic closer to Europe than it is to many major cities in Canada. Its isolation is one of the reasons it is not frequently visited, and the only reason it is not higher on this list. The capital, St. John's, is a city that has a small town feel and is known for its colorful houses that make you feel like you're in Norway, though it has a population of over 100,000 and has great nightlife despite having a small town feel. Grossmoor National Park on the west coast might be the most underrated landscape in North America, and speaking of Norway, this park has actual fjords, the kind that most people assume you can only see in Europe and New Zealand. Western Brook Pond is the one that stands out, a freshwater fjord carved by glaciers that you can boat through while cliffs over 2,000 feet tall are on either side of you. The best way to Newfoundland is often a ferry from Nova Scotia, which can take anywhere from 6 to 16 hours depending on which port you choose. You can fly into St. John's, but if you actually want to see the island, you need a car, and rental cars there book up months in advance during the summer, so plan ahead. Coming in at number 4, we have Quebec City. According to Fora, bookings to Quebec City are up 400% year over year this summer. It's the trendiest travel destination in Canada right now, and rightfully so. Crowds this summer are going to be intense. Old Quebec, the historic walled city, was already one of the most visited spots in Canada. Add a 400% booking spike on top of that, and you're looking at peak tourist density. But if you can handle the crowds, Quebec City is unlike anywhere else in North America. The old town feels European. Cobblestone streets, 17th century stone buildings, the massive Chateau Frontenac sitting on a cliff above the St. Lawrence River. The cooler climate is part of the draw too. While most of the US is sweltering through July and August, Quebec City sits at a comfortable 75 degrees most summer days. If you're escaping the heat, this is a great spot to go to. Coming in at number 3, we're going across the country to Vancouver Island. Not Vancouver the city, the island. There are different places, and the island is where you can really take advantage of summer. This is a huge island. It is about the same size as the Netherlands, sitting off Canada's Pacific coast. This is an island that gives you something you can't get anywhere else in North America. Tofino on the west coast of the island is the surfing capital of Canada. While Canada may not be well known for surfing, this is the most well-known surfing town in the country. Its population is only about 2,000 year-round, but that number explodes in the summer. Beyond Tofino, you've got old-growth rainforests, whale-watching trips, and you'll see orcas, humpbacks, and dolphins there potentially. Finally, you have Victoria on the southern tip of the island, which has the best preserved British colonial architecture in North America. It has a population of about 100,000 and is worth spending some time in when you are on the island. One of the advantages of Vancouver Island is that it is one of the most accessible Canadian destinations from the US and Canada. You can fly into Vancouver and take a ferry over in just an hour and a half. You can even combine the city with the island in one trip if you want. That makes it an easy place to visit for anyone in North America who can fly directly into Vancouver International Airport. Coming in at number 2, we have my favorite city in Canada, Montreal. In my opinion, Montreal is one of the best cities in North America, and yet many have never visited it. In 2024, Lonely Planet ranked it 3rd in their best cities for travel rankings, and it consistently ranks as an elite destination for culture. The thing that sets Montreal apart is how walkable it is. The Plateau, Mile End, Old Montreal, the Latin Quarter, you can spend an entire trip just wandering the city on foot with no plan. Summer is when this city actually comes alive. The terraces are packed, festivals are happening almost every weekend, and the whole city can be experienced outside from June through August. The St. Lawrence River cuts right through the city, and there are river cruises that give you a different angle of Montreal you can't get on land. But honestly, the attractions aren't the point. Montreal is about the culture. It's French speaking, but it is easier to navigate as an English speaker than some people think. The food scene punches above its weight for a city of 2 million people, and this is one of those places where the real experience is just being there. Finally, coming in at number 1, we have Banff National Park. Even though this is a fairly obvious choice, it is well deserved. It is on the same level as some of the most famous national parks in the US like Yellowstone and Yosemite. It's part of the same Rocky Mountain chain that runs through the American West, and if you have only seen the American Rockies, it is worth going to Banff to see the Canadian side. People come from all over the world to visit this national park, and it is amazing to see in the summer. One of the advantages of going here is that the town of Banff itself sits inside the national park, which means you can stay inside a real town with restaurants and breweries and still be a 15-minute drive from some of the most photographed landscapes on Earth. Lake Louise, Moraine Lake, the Icefields Parkway. This is the kind of trip where you don't need an itinerary because every turn has something worth stopping for. It is worth mentioning the crowds in summer are real. Banff in July and August is very busy, but unlike Quebec City, the park is large enough that you can escape the crowds if necessary. And even if you want to be completely alone, the masses who are there with you should just serve as a reminder that you are at one of the most special places on the planet. And here's the bonus pick that is lesser known, but is one of my personal favorites, the Bay of Fundy. This sits between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, and most Americans have never heard of it. The Bay of Fundy has the highest tides in the world. The water rises and falls up to 50 feet between low and high tide, which means twice a day, the ocean floor is completely exposed. You can walk around during low tide looking at barnacles, crabs, and other crustaceans that make you feel like you are cheating nature. At places like Hopewell Rocks, you can literally walk around on the ocean floor at low tide, then come back 6 hours later and that same spot is completely underwater. It's the kind of natural phenomenon that doesn't exist anywhere else on the planet at this scale. That concludes the list of Canada's 5 best summer destinations. Drop a comment with which one you'd visit first, and make sure to subscribe to the channel as it helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you next week.